Hello, Rosemary Evangelista. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, especially now that I'm here with you.
It's lovely to see you again. And I know that you're doing great things as well as we've both just recently done a podcast academy together.
Yes.
And so tell us about what you do as one of our first snowballing entrepreneur interview.
Well, I'm honored to be the first. This is exciting. Um, yeah, so my journey, oh wow, I don't even know where to begin, but all my life I knew I had to be somewhere in the teaching realm, but it was not to be in the classroom. I did go to teachers college, but I didn't pass. There was a reason because I wasn't meant to be in the classroom with the kids, but in a teaching aspect. But it took decades to really find what my purpose was. And this is what my journey is. And I want to be able to share that, especially with women that are older, like I say 45, 50 and older, that have come into a life transition, for example, maybe retirement. They've lost a job, empty nest, or just, and having the question, what now? What can I do now? What's there out there for me to do? And that was my struggle even before I turned 50. Like, what am I supposed to be doing here? Especially after near-death experience. I should have died from a gallbladder surgery pretest that went wrong. And so I started to think, I didn't die, so I must be here for a reason. What the heck is that reason? That was in the 1990s. And it took me, and I think it was in my 40s. I'm now in my 70s. And it just finally all clicked that this is what I'm here for. All those experiences that I thought were failures, all the things that I learned, I thought maybe it was a waste of time. But looking back now, those were the steps I needed to take to get where I am now.
So true, so true. Yeah, experience counts for everything.
Yeah,
And how else can you advise if you didn't actually experience something?
exactly. And the technology that we have now has has helped me tremendously. Like you mentioned, we both finished the podcast academy with Payman. We wouldn't be able to do that. Like how recently has podcasting really come out? If I would have done this in the 40s, I would have had the help. I wouldn't have had the technology that we have today, like ChatGPT to help me stay organized, help me to clear my thoughts, get my thoughts from here onto paper so that I can actually focus on developing the 8-week course that I have now, the Riva Signature Journey. And it's designed to do that, what I needed back then.
And it's accelerated everything for you, right? Working with Payment, for example, who's it's his passion and he's been doing it for years and he has his code cracked and his system operating. And that's how I think you just go and work with people who, if you want to know something, you work with the skill, right? And you just take all those years on board and compact that knowledge into because it's all about time and being efficient with time, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to how successful you're going to be with your course, your 8-week course, and all that too. And I, yeah, I'm really interested to see it. And
I am too.
same as mine, yes, and that
Yeah.
too. So
And,
mine.
sorry, go
No,
ahead.
you talk.
I was just going to say, and I finally, how we develop all these things, but when we actually put a date to launch, it becomes real. And now you have to get going and do this. So with me picking the date of July 1st, which happens to be Canada Day, that's the day I'm going to launch my podcast. And I'm excited.
Nice
And
and
I'm excited for
significant.
being here, your first interview for your snowballing entrepreneurs.
Yeah, like I'm excited to launch it, and I just had a slight setback too with timing as well. My plan was to launch on the 15th and that too, but as you know, I just had an issue with my health and that for the last week or so. So things have been set back as well. But we started now, and it's going to accelerate too. At least we started, right? So
Yes.
um, that's what you need.
The other thing that I've learned, Mark, is over the years, like I've done I published a magazine. I did everything. Like I sold the ads, I did the articles, I did the artwork. That's one of the things that I had to teach myself because I didn't have the funds to do it. But looking back, now I have that capability so I could do all the artwork that I need to do right now. I love being creative. But one thing, because I would work 12 hours, I'd just work, be on the computer, do this, and this, because I was driven. But because I was driven didn't mean I was actually being as productive as I could have been. But I learned when we have these setbacks, they're setbacks for a reason. And we need to take advantage of them and don't beat ourselves up about having to take a couple of hours off, take a couple of days off, because the universe is telling us you need that break. And when we try and push ourselves even more, we set ourselves back. So that's one thing that I've learned, and I don't beat myself up anymore. So okay, I just can't do that today. I'm just not going to do it. It'll be fine because tomorrow or in a few hours, I'll have a clearer mind and then I can do it, or I have more energy.
It's something I've been teaching myself as well, to get out of my office and go and do some different things, get some fresh air, and the ideas come, and let my team put things together instead of micromanaging them or feeling like you have to. You know,
Yes.
so
As entrepreneurs, I think that's one of our biggest downfalls, trying to micromanage everything. But that's excellent when getting out in fresh air, being out in nature is so healing.
yeah.
Um, I live in the city. It's not a very big city. It's across the lake from Toronto. And but there's a little forested area. It's an eco park. So they let the trees fall, everything just grows naturally, but they do have a walkway through it. That's my happy place. And that's where I go. And once I be in nature and I notice all the little animals. The other day, a raccoon was in his little tree in the hole in the tree, and I thought he was waving to me, but it was his tail sticking out, wagging at me. And it made me smile. So when we can do that, find the joy in nature, if it's just a silly little animal, or watching in the springtime, the baby owls, you know, it's just so rewarding and rejuvenating. And we need to do more of that as entrepreneurs.
So true, so true. So Rosemary, how can people get in contact with you?
Well, through my website, you can see it on my back um, drop there, therevaexperience.com. I do have to update my website because there's a lot of new things I need to put on there and take off, but also through my email address, which would be therevaexperience@gmail.com.
Well, it's been so good speaking with you, and I look forward to your future success.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's been a pleasure speaking with you here today, too.